Boomer Esiason's our guest. Let me ask you, I know that you have utilized football as a platform, not only obviously now for your post-playing career, but also for different charities that have been close to you and
Right.
close to your family, which is great. Um, and with that, was it difficult making the transition from being a guy who was known as a football player and for all intents and purposes, or to stay relevant, so to speak?
Interestingly enough,
And I don't mean that condescendingly.
No. But interestingly enough, I kind of patterned my career is parallel to somebody that you guys know very, very well. Now, the numbers don't add up. I know that. I'm not saying it's about the numbers. I'm saying about how Peyton Manning carries himself as a player. I try to carry myself as a player that way as well, meaning that I've made myself available to interviewers. I made myself available to fans. I made myself available to growing the game of the NFL. And I think Peyton Manning has always been a great ambassador in that light. And that's why if Peyton wants to, if he decides to retire this year or 5 years from now, if he's able to play, wants to go right into television or radio, the transition will be smooth. And I think that's one of the smart things about Peyton Manning.
Go ahead.
Jake and I have obviously been discussing it for a week about Manning's future, and it just feels like, Boomer, that all signs are pointing to, at the very least, his career being over as a Colt. What do you make of all of this with what's happened in the last couple of weeks?
You think? Yeah, there's no way that Jim Irsay is going to pay him $28 million, so let's forget that. That's first and foremost. So now the question is Peyton Manning going to be healthy enough to play? I don't know that answer. I mean, he says he's trying to play, and he's never lied to me. I've never heard him lie outright to anybody, so why would I think any different now? I think he will play, and the only way that he plays in Indianapolis is if he waives that payment in March. Now, I got to be honest with you. The fact that they brought in Chuck Pagano as who's the defense coordinator, as the head coach, good selection, fine. Bruce Arians comes in as an offense coordinator, good selection, fine. They never asked Peyton Manning about any of this. And Jim Irsay, I think, is trying to get as far away from Peyton Manning and Polians and everybody else, and let everybody know that this is his football team.
Absolutely, sure.
That there is nobody here to babysit him anymore. That he owns his team 100%. He is going to be making the decisions. Thing that, if it's lucky, I'm going to tell you, what's lucky for him is that his team is so bad this year that they get to draft Andrew Luck, which means it's smooth sailing ahead with a new quarterback. Unfortunately for Andrew Luck, he finds himself in what I call the Elway Marino syndrome. How do you replace one of the greatest players of his era? And it's going to be a sad day for Indianapolis. It's coming. It's inevitable. He will not be here. I hate the fact that I'm saying this. I hate the fact that he will not end his career on the field with the Indianapolis Colts. And I can only pray for Peyton Manning that he can play the next 4 or 5 years with another franchise. I just hope he doesn't pick a